Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about our strategy to reduce water consumption in Hamilton. Things you should know. Ontario is ranked 6th among Canadian provinces in residential per capita water usage at 225 litres per capita per day. As you can see in the graph, Canada has the cheapest municipal water prices in the world, at roughly 31 cents per cubic meter per capita per day. The USA and Canada are the two largest users of water. However, we pay the lowest for it. Water costs in Hamilton are among the lowest in the country. 95% of our population is served by recycled, sewage-treated water. About 4.6 billion liters of sewage overflows annually, resulting in anywhere from 1 to 31 occurrences per year. Since 2003, Hamilton has reduced the amount of water they use through different programs. However, the average water bill has gone up at a rate of roughly 4% per year. Aging city infrastructure becomes more and more costly to operate, maintain, and replace. Approximately 20% of the city's water and sewer mains are more than 80 years old. The Woodward Avenue wastewater treatment plant has a capacity of 909,000 cubic meters per day. However, it only operates at about half its capacity, clearing 409,000 cubic meters per day. Water from Lake Ontario enters the intake pipe and is pumped to the facility where it's treated through a series of stages that will be explained on the next slide. Water is then pumped to areas in and around Hamilton, such as Stony Creek, Ancaster, Dundas, and parts of Flamborough. How exactly is the water treated? Well, let me tell you. The treatment of wastewater is a three-step process. The primary step is a mechanical treatment of the water. It is done to remove raw sewage such as sand and grit. This is done by passing the water through screens in a filtration-type process. This can eliminate up to 60% of suspended sediments in the water. The secondary step is a biological treatment process, arguably the most important step. Microbes are used to consume and ultimately eliminate organic matter found within the water. The water itself is aerated with oxygen in order to allow more efficient metabolism by the microbes. By this step, nearly 85% of contaminants are removed from the water. The final tertiary step is a chemical treatment process. Though the most expensive and tedious, it is an important step in producing clean water. Chlorine and ultraviolet light are used to remove all remaining contaminants, which in turn produce an effluent that is 99% clean. Now let's get to our strategy. As mentioned earlier, the average Hamiltonian uses roughly 225 liters per day. Our strategy to make water more sustainable involves placing a cap on household water usage at 200 liters per person per day. We believe a reduction of 25 liters is very feasible and would greatly benefit the environment, as well as decrease the amount of water flowing through the wastewater treatment plant, allowing for more efficient filtration and cleaning of the water. Furthermore, we would implement a 7-cent Pigovian tax for every cubic meter used over the cap. An incentive of 5 cents will be provided to the residents for every cubic meter they are under the cap, up to a maximum of 50 liters per day. Individuals would be able to track their water usage online. As a part of our strategy, we will send out a pamphlet in the mail to each resident who resides in and around Hamilton. This pamphlet will include helpful tips and will encompass ways to reduce water use in your home. These tips can make a significant difference, and the best part is that you can follow your progress by checking your water usage online with our new program. Please enjoy and listen to the upcoming video, as it will provide you with 6 easy steps to do your part in limiting your water use.
How to save water in 6 easy ways. Are you really doing all you can to conserve water, our most precious resource? Here are some simple ways you may not have thought of. You will need food coloring, a water jug, a broom, and a spray bottle. Step 1. Only ask restaurant servers to bring you a glass of water and refill it if you're planning to drink it. Step 2. Make sure your toilet isn't leaking by putting a drop of food coloring in the tank. If it shows up in the bowl a few minutes later and you haven't flushed, you have a leak. A leaky toilet can waste 200 gallons of water a day. Step 3. If you drink tap water at home, keep a jug of it in the fridge so you don't have to run the water until it's cold. Step 4. Wash fruits and vegetables in a basin rather than under running water. Then use that water and any you use to boil vegetables to water your plants. In addition to saving water, you'll give them extra nutrients. Or save boiled veggie water to start a soup stock. If you have a dehumidifier, use the water on plants. Step 5. Sweep steps, driveways, and sidewalks rather than hosing them off. Step 6. Keep a small spray bottle of water on your bathroom sink. Instead of running the faucet, use it to wet your toothbrush before applying paste. Think of how much water you can save with a few spritzes. Did you know? The average American wastes up to 30 gallons of water every day.
By cutting down on the amount of water we use, we would lessen our environmental footprint and thereby increase the sustainability of water by decreasing the amount of water reaching the Woodward treatment plant. The money generated from our Pigovian tax could go towards new equipment at the wastewater treatment plant, new sewer systems, or other aging infrastructures in and around the city. By taking steps to sustain water, Canada would be looked upon as a leading geopolitical nation in the fight to preserve this precious resource. By implementing a system that includes fees and incentives, we will influence people to save the amount of water they use on a daily basis. Educating the residents with an annual pamphlet explaining the best ways to save water will make people more conscious of their day-to-day water usage. By doing all of this, we will reduce our ecological footprint, which is something strongly needed in North America, while at the same time bringing in revenue that can be used towards whatever our economy needs. Living in Canada, we are often blinded by the fact that water is a scarce resource. It is very important that we do our parts as individuals to preserve water to the best of our ability, so that future generations can enjoy it freely, just as we have.